Hey everyone, it's your intuitive tarot reader, Crystal Neath, and I'm here with your daily reading for April 30th, 2019. This reading is for any and everyone who finds their way to this video. And in this reading, I'll be explaining the overall vibe of the day. So let's get right into it. We have the Chariot, the Six of Wands, Temperance, and we also have the Eight of Swords, and it was in reverse, okay? So I'll get to the message. Well, I was happy and delighted to see the first card being the Chariot because I'm like, oh, yay. Like it's just this energy of victory today. And the Chariot is all about travel and your rites of passage. If the Chariot was to appear in a dream, it's spirit, God, the universe telling you to go ahead and make that move. You can, if you've been worried about, should I move to Texas or should I stay here in Miami? It would be the go. You have the right to go. So whatever comes up in your mind today, whether it's where you're traveling next or what victories you're trying to secure next, trust your intuition and know that the victories are definitely coming your way. Now, the Chariot does speak of balancing light and dark energy. And I think sometimes we get this misconstrued in spirituality and whatnot. We think that dark is evil and light is good. And that's not really the case. Of course, you have people who are light workers, but you also have people who are dark workers. And it's not to say that they are all evil who are dark workers. It just means that they more so work with removing negative energy, taking things that you feel have been heavy burdens on you off, versus light workers will show you more of the ways of healing through that process, the optimistic way of looking at things, changing your focus. So, and it's so many different ways you can explain it, but the Chariot has surpassed this good and evil. Oh, I can't smudge, or that is evil. I can't look into astrology because I shouldn't know my future because that is evil. But it's okay for me to go to church, or so this energy has surpassed the stereotypes of Earth, because the Chariot ultimately is this spiritual being. So it's always great. And the Chariot is a higher level Cancer energy. So I'm sure we all have a Cancer that we love that's a bit of an angel. They have the personality type of being very selfless when they're evolved, and higher level Cancer. Lower level Cancer, that's a different story, okay? But today we're talking about higher level, so this is great. Now, the next card we have is also the victory card in a different way. This is a man or woman who just fought like hell. They went through all this battle and arguments, and they had this dream. They went after it. They wanted to be a well-known knight in their I guess their village that they live in, and they have just secured I wanted to say bag, but for some of you, maybe you are securing the bag, but he secured this victory. So this is victory in a spiritual way, and this is victory more on an earthly, soul, passionate level. So keep that in mind, you all. And this is just beautiful energy of victorious energy coming your way. It's great. It's amazing energy. So the next card we have is Temperance. And Temperance is the energy that balances everything out. She's not too concerned about, earthly things anymore. She just wants to do her spiritual purpose. She wants to keep things in balance, things proportioned. The Temperance is this angelic energy also of meditation. I think too, sometimes when we find that life is getting a little bit out of sync, things just don't seem right, we don't feel like our victories are coming, it is a lot of times because we haven't balanced things out properly. We haven't been out in nature enough. We haven't meditated enough. We haven't just sat with ourselves to really figure out what is causing this uneasiness within my life. And then, of course, we get this higher enlightenment that comes to us and says, because you need to move, because you shouldn't be living where you are, because you need to get out of that job and go into a different job, because it's time for you to ascend. Everything happens for a reason. We sometimes get the process misconstrued for a mishap or a misery, and that's not the case. Every part of the journey matters, even if it is, you know, you moved states and you question, was this the right thing to do? When in reality, it's not to say that'll be your ending mark. No, oh yeah, you're going to move here and you're never going to move anywhere else. But you had to go through that part of your life to get to the next portion of your life. So I think sometimes we can get discouraged, and this is where the Eight of Swords in reverse comes in, by the process, because we can feel trapped in our routine. We can feel trapped in our circumstances. And it's really about not letting it eat you alive and realizing that, you know what, I just need to come up with a strategic plan. And these last couple of days, our thoughts have been a bit all over the place, scattered with the swords energy, because the mind is a powerful thing. And if you overthink things, if you overcomplicate your life instead of just making it simple, what am I eating? What am I drinking? Am I exercising? I think that we can just calm a little bit more. So, don't get the process misconstrued as things aren't working out for me. I'm trapped in this situation. My victories aren't coming in, when they really are. It's all a matter of what you focus on. And if you let your mind get the best of you and keep playing over and over again your past, or your nightmares getting the best of you, or whatever it is, then you will find issues. This is a great time for everyone watching. If you don't have a piece of amethyst, I would suggest you get a piece of amethyst. It's an amazing calming stone, and you can look up the spiritual properties of it. But it's amazing to have right now. Please, you all, do not buy any of your stones. Now, this is opinion. I will say that. Please do not buy your stones from China. In my opinion, it is not a good place to buy stones from. I hear too many bad experiences. I always suggest that you go to a local shop, or either, like, go on Etsy and let your spirit guide you to, some girl in her living room making stones, and, like, let your energy guide you. Please do not just go and find the cheapest stones you can find, or, and I get it, when you're searching for stuff, of course you're going to get the cheapest thing. But when it comes to stones, you really have to listen to your guidance. And even if you find a cheap stone, that's fine. A stone is a stone, but don't let it be from China. I've heard too many bad experiences from people who have gotten stones from there. And of course, that's just an opinion, okay, you all? So don't freak out if you're like, I order all my stones from China and they've been the best. Well, thank you. Maybe in the description or in the comments, you can leave below a good person who you use or company you use, and I would love to spread the word. But from my experience, it just hasn't been positive for some people. And always, whenever you buy stones, make sure you cleanse them in any way that you want. Some people do this by burying them in dirt. Some people put them in salt water. It's really up to you. You always want to charge them. I smudge them. You can also smudge your stones too. If they're a light stone, sit them in the sunlight. If it's a darker stone like tourmaline or obsidian or something like that, put it in the moonlight. But yes, I don't know why I just felt to say that. So yes, anything to cool and, calm the mind would be great today. Really positive energy overall. Get out in nature, do some meditation if you're finding that this Eight of Swords energy is taking over. But overall, this is a very victorious day, you all. So I hope you have an amazing day. If you ever need to get a private reading with me, you can always do so by emailing me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Besides that, I'll see you tomorrow.